driven by passion.
All right, this is our HX rear sponson install video. Here is the sponson you'll get from ProWatercraft. This is a look at the hardware. We're going to install it with screws, so it does not come with bolts. There's no inserts inside of this, just pre-drilled holes. Look at the tools that we'll be using. And this is kind of, this is a stock sponson that's been modified. It is a little bit longer, kind of like the standard what's out there. And ours is longer with the relief cuts compared to the stock one here. So let's show you how this goes on. So you have two options for installing this product. One of them is removing the top bumper, which to do that, you're gonna have to remove these caps here, and then there's rivets inside of here. Now, if you've removed these bumpers before and then you've popped rivets in, you're gonna see that, it's kind of hard to get a rivet gun in there, and usually the end breaks off and then it's difficult to drill it out. So this process is suggested to get this off because it does help for installing. It helps for getting a screw in. It helps just to kind of get things attached easier. If you decide to not remove this bumper, then flexing the bumper over to get the tools in there to be able to do this is an option as well. It's just more difficult. So first step is to remove the two screws at the back of the sponson. And we're just going to do one side to show you guys the install. Obviously, you'll do the same for both sides. Okay, so the next step is we're gonna flex back the stock bumper here using a screwdriver. So in this application, we have some 10mm bolts there. If stock is a Phillips, you're gonna use a Phillips head. So whatever is underneath here is what you're gonna need to use to remove it. Using a large flat blade screwdriver helps you kind of bend back the flexible bumper to get the hardware out. So that's what you're going for.
Those screws right before we left. Okay,
so we got the bolts out. There's 5 of them. And now the stock sponson will come down. And that's pretty much what it looks like. So let's look at what they're up against. So there's basically these areas here where there's inserts so you can screw into it. Ours is a little bit different. The ProWatercraft is a little bit different there. So the next step is you need to trim the bumper. So you're not going to see it because we've already trimmed ours, but right below here, on yours, whether it's stock or maybe you've already done this, but there's a little flange here, and you'll get a razor blade and you're going to cut that off. Nice and flush. So we want that out of the way to install the ProWatercraft version. All right, so we're suggesting you use some silicone around the edge. This is just going to help the product stay attached to the watercraft and give some longevity to the screws that are in there. So we've tested it without silicone. It's no problem, but everything we install here, we like silicone just because of the wave shock you get from water. You all right there, Shaky?
I'm really trying hard not to.
You guys get the idea. We're going to go all the way around. We're also going to go in the screw holes, so we get a little silicone, go around this backside here as well. Yep. And you could purchase a tube of silicone like this. It's more of like an adhesive. But you can buy this from ProWatercraft as well. It's not included in the kit. It is an extra item that you can purchase from our website. So we got silicone all the way around in each of the holes. It's going to go up and underneath the rail there. Obviously, you want to make sure that there is no silicone in there. So this does fit nice and tight up there. And Brett here is going to use his knee, but I'm going to help him hold it. kind of see what we have going on. All right.
Yeah, just to show that it.
Yep.
You're gonna drop that.
Don't scratch this guy's ski. Okay.
Can be done alone, just holding it with my knee.
Okay. Okay. One man job.
Once you get the first screw in, though, it's super easy.
So we're providing these screws here that they're pretty coarse, and it's got, what size is that head? There.
I believe that's a 5/16 head.
Yeah, it's a standard imperial kind of head, 5/16.
Yeah, an 8mm socket works very nicely on it, though.
8mm socket on that.
That's
so
actually what I'm using right now, and it doesn't
okay, 8mm.
slip at all.
Get quite a bit of torque on there too.
Yeah.
So these are stainless screws that go right into the material.
Yeah.
And
these sponsons have been installed twice already with the same screws and still have not stripped out. So
yeah, so we've taken them on and off at the water, and so the material holds the threads quite well, even without silicone. Okay, you're making it look so easy.
I've done it a few times. It also is just that easy.
Yeah, it is really that easy.
And with that,
is there a wipe up that you're gonna do?
Yeah,
a little
bit.
bit.
To do is going to be wipe up and filling in any areas that you think could use some more.
Silicone really helps with just making sure that it's connected. I see a little bit underneath there too. Make sure you wipe that nice and clean. Silicone really can change the handling of the ski. It does slow down water, which can make the difference in how it performs. You know, when we slow down water, we create a lot of grip suddenly. But that's a look at it installed. And really, after this, it's just kind of wiping up the silicone and reinstalling the last two screws and doing the other side. Maybe add a little silicone around the edge. You know, this is really just going to make this product solid on the ski. And the less flex on this item, you know, we don't want it flexing out too much. But the more solid it is on the watercraft, the better it's going to handle. So there you go. Man, that looks good. Good job, Brett.
Thank you.
All right. And that would kind of conclude our install video. So
yep, and if the cap piece here is still deformed after installation, within 24 hours it'll really go back to shape.
yeah.
The material that Seadoo used here is actually really nice.
Yeah, don't sweat on what it is after, you know, obviously it's pretty soft stuff, so it's gonna go right back to, it's got memory. So okay, there you go. HX rear sponson install video at ProWatercraft.
Products, visit ProWatercraftRacing.com. Like us on Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe.